bike. So you'll notice that he had that left foot forward, dropping his left shoulder, leaning up over the front of the handlebars. The idea behind all of that is to maintain as much stability as possible for him, particularly when you get these rougher conditions. And you can see that they are getting some big waves this afternoon, but handling it with a ton of experience, even as young as these juniors are. Again, anywhere from 8 years old all the way to 13 years old, they're able to do the one-lap slalom. This is a big turn and a pretty technical turn for all of the racers. That turn goes on to the backstretch, and you can see the waves picking up in volume and intensity. Smartly, if you're coming into really big waves, these riders quite often will just move both of their feet back towards the back of the boat. And the course marshal brings them back. And here's what's really cool. For racers, the design on the side of the boat is an opportunity for them to fully express in a lot of ways, right? So your favorite colors you can put on the boat, there's no restrictions on that. You can put whatever color you want, whatever design you want. One of the things I think is very smart for these riders, we do have a limit on how small the race number can be, but we don't have a limit on how big it can be. So you see a lot of these racers are going for really big numbers. I think that's a huge advantage for the racer. I'll tell you a couple of reasons why I think that is really important. Number one, it makes it very easy for the scorekeepers to see those numbers. Wherever you are on the track, it's easy for them to pick where you are and to find you. That's critical. It also helps with scoring, but from an announcer's perspective, it's very easy to see you anywhere on the track, and we can get what that number is. That's what had happened. They were just needing to reset the clock, so they're going to let boat number 104, that is Petch Shampoo Shumshad, a.k.a. Petch, will be doing another run here. All right, once again, taking this 3 red buoy turn, so it's what we consider a sweeper turn for the start, and then a double right-hand turn. Now this adds a lot of technical difficulty, because you'll notice they don't set the course up exactly even to how the waves are coming into the beach. In fact, a lot of these turns are purposely set off camber or off angle. That increases the difficulty for the rider, because you really have to watch. You can just see how the wave is hitting the bond line on either side. You've got to watch how you set your boat up so that the wave actually doesn't push your boat over. If you come in at just a right angle and you're not paying attention to that, or you let off of the speed too early, the waves can actually either push you off of the buoy, or the wave could completely flip the boat over. So the riders, even though it looks like it's pretty easy just to stand up there and hit that throttle, it is quite technical and not just hard. They have to actually predict the waves as they're coming to it. So Petch is actually doing an amazing job. Notice how he's setting this boat up, and he goes just a tad bit wide on that first of this 3 left-hand turn buoys. He does that intentionally. He came in straight into those waves so that he could pick up a little extra speed. That was a smart strategic move. Now, coming back is always tricky whenever you're following the waves into the beach. What happens is we're following and jumping right over the back part of the wave, and then it's pretty easy, if you're not paying attention, to superset. Then you just basically stuff your nose into the wave in front of you. Petch also is paying attention to that. I like how this guy is riding. He's doing a great job. Switching legs, keeping those handlebars low. He's in a forward, aggressive position. This is a great ride. Nice little job here, and you see just what I was talking about. He just worked off the back end of that wave, and he skimmed it, but he played that very smart. He stayed to the back of the boat, and because he was on the back of the boat, he was able to keep the front end of that nose up. It's a good move. Saved him some dramas there. Still got him on the clock. To see the course marshals over there watching very closely, making sure these kids are safe. Oh, nicely done. Now he dropped the handle pole right there, and he dropped the handle pole to come in and take that turn, just to keep the speed up a little bit more, and you can see the team really cheering him on. This is going to be a good run for him. All right, another turn. That's a tricky one coming into that, a little bit off of the angle of the waves, and then he hits the gas. And the crowds are going crazy for him, and look how excited he is. Great job for Petch, one of our 244 racing school riders. And the team is rowdy over there. Looks like the coaches over there giving him some feedback. Now you notice him pulling that band off of his left wrist, right, pulling that down from the forearm. That's a lanyard, and that is a very important piece of equipment. And you'll notice this next rider's got it on as well. That is a requirement for all racers to have a safety lanyard on. And what the safety lanyard does is if the rider comes off of that boat, the safety lanyard automatically kills the boat for him so the boat doesn't get away and it doesn't travel out of reach. Good start for boat number 33. I do not have a name. I actually don't have a name for this rider, so I'll get that for you. Good start. Now, the other thing that they have to do is memorize the track, and you can see that this rider having to think about it just a little bit. And that is part of the challenge. Not only do you have to watch each one of these waves, but you also have to memorize the track. This is a good rider stance if you are hitting some big waves. Again, he put the feet all the way back to the back until they get stable again. By the way, for junior riders, this is an exception to the general rules. You're not allowed to ride in the tray. But we do have an exception for the juniors. If you need to drop down into your tray from one buoy to the next, they do actually allow that as long as you get back up on your feet after that from the one buoy to the next buoy. You're not allowed to go over 2 buoys on your knees or there will be a penalty for it. And actually a little course correction there. He turned a little too soon, so you have to come back and pick it up. This is just part of the skill set, is being able to learn the track and memorize the different turns. And it can be very intimidating. This is a big track, but it's such a great opportunity for them to learn how to handle themselves out in the water and also memorize the track, pay attention to where the waves are. There's a lot going on. But so many skill sets are learned. I think discipline, understanding how physical activity and being in shape not only helps you on the track, but it helps you everywhere in life. These guys are learning so many great skill sets. Eye-hand coordination, spatial and peripheral awareness, strategy, all of those things come into play when you're racing jet skis. And they're learning all of these skills just in a simple lap on a buoy course. Isn't that crazy, right? You know, there's so many things that we do throughout life. When we're driving, when we're competing, all of these skill sets that we're learning translate throughout. Oh, okay. Still not sure what rider number that is. Oh, they're going to find out for me. And the checker flag comes out. You actually had to look back and make sure it was okay. It was still a really great run. And 3.0670 for this rider. And it looks like we're going to have 2 divisions, too. We're going to have the junior one-lap slalom for women and for guys. And off we go for the 639 boat. Next rider is up. Also don't have the name for this one. I'll let you know, and you can see the clock. Nice setup on this turn. The other thing that you want to look for and make sure that we're coaching the kids on, you'll notice how this rider is watching these buoys. You want to make sure that the rider is actually looking ahead, not just looking at the nose of the boat. Thank you so much. All right, so we've got boat number 639 is in touch, Longi Nam. Okay, so he's sponsored by Yamaha HeroJet from Bangkok. So part of being able to develop faster riding is whenever you're coming into the final part of a turn and you're setting up the next turn, you want to make sure that the rider that you're working with is watching the next buoy. It's kind of easy, particularly when you first start riding a jet ski, just to watch the nose of your boat. I don't know why that is, but it's the same as learning how to ride a bike, right? You don't want to just look down straight from the bike. You want to look where you're going. So where your eye goes is where your body naturally is going to follow. So they want to teach the riders, hey, be sure and look at the next buoy. And this is a really good example of that. This rider went a little bit long off track. They're actually off of course. So the course marshal is going to come bring them in. But yeah, that's pretty common when you first start jet ski racing. You'll see a lot of the new riders, they get lost on the track, and that's pretty common. That's just one of the first things we have to learn is how to memorize the track, because it looks vastly different from a track on the map to a track that's out on the course. All right. Good job coming through that checker flag. Woo, popped a lot of air on that and still managed to come through. Beautifully done on that finish. And the team very excited with that finish. All right, boat winner 818 is up next. Pirachatorn Damron Shamsan out of Thailand, riding for Yamaha HeroJet and out of Bangkok. All right, let's take a look how we're going to do on this double turn. This, out of all of the different turns on the track, a double buoy and a triple buoy provides unique challenges. In a double buoy, anytime you're set up on that turn, you can't let off the gas a lot and you can't actually protect or defend that turn as easily as you can a single buoy. And if you look at it, you can see what I mean. There's no way to fully protect another rider coming around you. So the idea here when we put these double buoys out for the racers, we want them to learn how to maintain a higher speed going through the double buoys and the triples, but we also want to teach them how to, where's the best place to play defense depending on where the other competitors are on the track. If you have a competitor, let's say on the outside, it is okay to carry a little bit more speed going into this double, see what I mean? Because you can push that rider to the outside further. If, however, you've got somebody that's smart that likes to dodge in and come to the inside of you and make a pass, you've got to stay very tight to the buoy, and you've got to make sure that they don't sneak underneath you and get on the inside. And actually, that was a beautiful defensive move right there. You're watching PRIX. And Lynn Francois was at 244.57. So that was our last rider. And we got the names on them. And her time was a 244.57. So that was the rider just ahead of us. All right, you are watching, and we're actually comparing the time on the clock to the time of the competitor prior on the 639 boat. And right now you're watching PRIX Chatorn Dampan Sha Susawa. It's great on this front stretch. Wow, this really is a micro bullet. I love it. This is 818 with a outstanding time. 25744 for this one. Beautifully done for the PRIX Chatorn. So the best time right now is Lynn Francois with a 244.57. And this is going to be the 422. This is In Touch Longi Nam. In Touch Longi Nam from Thailand, and rides for Yamaha HeroJet Bangkok. See, we have Janusz all the way out from Poland watching on the live stream, and Tadao. Haya Ashizuguchi. Tadao, aren't they adorable? This is so much fun to watch. By the way, you're watching a gentleman that has done very good in the closed course racing. In Touch. 45 seconds. And this gentleman has been doing very well. In fact, he's in top 3 in the 13-15 division that we were watching earlier today. Good run for In Touch. I suspect he is going to have a very fast time. Nice setup. Now that's what I'm talking about, going really steep into the turn. He took that turn very tight and very defensively, then dropped down in the tray. And that was smart how he skimmed. You notice how he was coming back in. We're going to see it probably again as he's coming back in towards the beach. These waves are starting to stand up a bit steeper in the afternoon, and that provides way too many opportunities for these guys to nosedive. Pretty turn, and very smart on throttle control. In Touch, going to be one of the fastest riders so far, I believe, at a 2:11, 2:12 as he comes through. In Touch, by the way, has been doing very well on this course. In Touch Longi Nam is the rider that is on the track right now. Oh, it's going to be a great one. 24135 for In Touch Long Yi Nam. We're just double checking our times. All right, we're still checking to double check our riders. Forgive us for that. We're new to this too. It's the first time we've had this competition. I promise you we will get this squared away for the next one. So this might be In Touch Long Yi Nam up next. Yes, we're pretty sure. Okay, so this could be a fast rider too. So back to back, right? Not true. Let me give credit where credit was due. The gentleman that was riding was looked like Prat Chorn Dam Cham Sawad. And right now we have In Touch Long Yi Nam. Ooh, that was a pretty turn. Beautiful. Should have caught that because In Touch actually has been riding that wetsuit all day. So it's a good one. Our production team has been helping keep us in order here. In Touch Long Yi Nam is the rider that is on the course right now. No introduction needed. He has been doing very well. He is going to be on the podium actually this weekend in closed course. And some of these riders have yet to even be on the track. In Touch Long Yi Nam actually took the overall for the weekend in junior 13 to 15 ski 4-stroke lights earlier today. A perfect score. And right now he is ripping through this track. Another great rider from Thailand, In Touch, sponsored by Yamaha Hero Jet Bangkok. So I know it sounds like we're doing the same riders over and over again. We're just sorting out the race number because a lot of riders are changing their boat numbers as we go. So we are acting on the fly. We appreciate your patience on that. I see 422 Thanakorn. Thanakorn had a 2:41.35. That's the fastest time so far. All right, so right now In Touch Long Yi Nam. Woo! Blister of a time, a 2:17.74. So Long Yi Nam shaved off the fastest time by a good 15 seconds. Beautiful. Lovely, lovely job from In Touch Long Yi Nam. Yeah, we've just been talking about how the waves have been picking up. There's a good example of what happens when these waves get bigger. Particularly, you got a clinic on what happens when those waves hit a boat sideways like that. That's why it's so critical that these guys be in the right lineup. Right now, out on the water is going to be Yanisa. This is one of the young ladies that is racing. Yanisa Shoiking. from Thailand. I'm also getting lessons in Thai because our production team rocks. So I appreciate you guys. By the way, she is sponsored by PTT Lubricants and Wise Rayong Jet Ski Racing Team. So yes, thank you so much. Well, that's a good start for Yansa. Whoa! Those are some big waves. We had a feeling as the wind continued to build these waves out in the sea, and then as they come in, they just start to get these more upright sense to the waves. It makes it tricky to ride. Additionally to that, this is a series of short sets, which means there's not a lot of gap in between the waves. That's good and bad. It's good because if you're adept at learning how to ride in the ocean, you can actually pop right over the top of the waves. It's bad, however, if you time it wrong, because you will go straight from the back of one into the nose of the other, and generally underwater, which is not normally. It sounds weird, but the jet skis actually aren't made to be underwater. They are made to ride on the water. So not good when they're under a whole lot, because then you get water in the boat, and nobody likes that if you're a mechanic. Ooh, nice turn for a Yansa. This boat is chiming up just a little bit, which means she's losing a bit of connection with the water, but still doing a really great job on this. Oh, this is Mai. I heard great things about her. Her nickname is Mai, by the way. Now this is good. This is one of the better double right-hand turns I've seen. She opened that up, obviously, right? You don't have anybody behind you. You're trying to get speed. She handled that very adeptly. You wanted to take that wide and not like cut it off too soon or take too steep of a turn. That was one of the prettier double right-hand turns from Mai. Well done. The triples and the doubles are deceptively technical. You would think that the single buoys are actually the hardest, but that would not be true. These double buoys and triple buoys require a lot of strategy. She did a great job with that. I'm telling you, man, those waves are legit on that back stretch. She pulled a smart move here, too. Mai actually felt the boat going a little bit sideways, so she dropped down in her tray. That is a good move. It helps her stabilize the boat and keep that boat straight. Great to see all the kids out there. I agree, Jason. Hey, Jerry. It's good to see you, bud. So again, we appreciate you guys bearing with us on all the boat changes, but it has been so much fun to watch it. And yes, 8 years old to 13-year-old, that is not normal. Normally when we do closed course racing, we keep these ages very, very close. So we have the division 10 to 12, and then we have the division 13 to 15. But because this is the first time, we really wanted to open this class up to as many new riders as possible. So we wanted, and I actually am so glad that we did this. There's only one rider on the course at one time, so it's safer. But we want to get them out on the water as early as we can. So 8 years old all the way up to 13 years old. And again, this is more of a demonstration, if you will, but it's a great opportunity to get the kids excited about competition. And all the ups and downs and the highs and lows and nerve-wracking parts of it, right? All goes along with it. Okay, now Mai did another smart move here. She felt like she was kind of losing control of the boat, so she dropped back down and she got that handle bowl down. Then as soon as she feels confident, she's going to hit the gas and then sit back on the back of the boat. Mai's doing a great job here. Checker flag is up. Let's see what the time is. 3:47.80. Now the time might be deceptive because you're going to think, wow, you know, she went a whole lot slower. But time, while of course they are competing, time is not the only factor if you're training. One of the things I want to really brag about this young lady, she's thinking out on the track. She was watching quite a bit of those turns. I was really impressed with her. Now this is actually Lynn on boat number 14. This is Lynn Francois on boat number 14. All right, so Lynn Francois is the daughter of Yuki Kiriashi. I am sure if you've been around jet ski racing for like a minute and a half, You've heard of Yuki. She's a world champion, a Thai Series World Cup, and a Thai World Series competitor. That's her right there. And you could tell how nervous she is. And when I talked to her, she was like, I'm more nervous watching my daughter than I ever was racing. And this little girl is just so feisty, and she's tiny, but completely adorable. I think you guys are going to really watch Lynn racing, and look how nervous Yuki is. Yuki's been a part of our jet ski family for years and years. And now not only has she passed on a lot of her riding skills, but B&J Parts has been a big part of a lot of world champions through the last several years. So thank you so much to this family for all they do. And there is Lynn out in the water. And this little girl is going to be something else. Already switching legs. Look how smart she is on the water. She's strategizing. She's looking out over the buoy. She's not just staring down the front of her boat or at the nose of the boat. She's got a beautiful riding stance, which is something else we look for. I don't know if you've noticed it, but see how her hands are on the handlebars? Her elbows are actually out, which helps increase stability for her. But it's also a great aggressive stance to help her gain more speed. So she's learning a lot of these skills very early. Again, may not be the fastest one on the water today, but she's going to be one to watch for sure. This is Lynn Francois. Current time, 1:34, actually 1:36 now. All right, notice something else that she's doing. She's also pushing over the front of the boat a bit, pushing the nose of that boat, but she's doing it in a smart way.
Seems like she is the smallest competitor.
Yeah, the guys up in the tower are actually commenting on how small she is. Yeah, Lynn is very, very tiny. Her mom is too. I bet she weighs all of about maybe 60 pounds. So yeah, some of the fuel tanks are 60 pounds. So she is an absolute hoot off the water as well. Lynn actually traveled through a lot of the tour races with Yuki and Benji as she was growing up. So we're used to having her as our mascot at a lot of the races around the world. It's great to see Lynn translate all of the legacy of the great racers that came before her into this performance this afternoon. She hails from Belgium, by the way. Yeah, look at the time for In Touch Long Yi Nam. 2:17.74. Wowza. Oh, no, she did this buoy very nice. Now, mind you, when you're coming back into shore, as I was mentioning, this is one of the more technical areas. You got to really pay attention because these waves are sending up pretty steep. And particularly as you're getting closer into shore, I'm noticing that the waves are definitely creating a wall, if you will, on the back side. It's far too easy to stuff a nose into there. You're going to actually see that in closed course racing this afternoon after we're done. We've got, I bet, several people that are going to be nose stabbing. That's what we call it, nose stabbing or subbing. Playing smart here too. She's learned the course. She's making sure that she's doing the right turns. See how she's looking ahead of her instead of down at the nose of the boat? She's doing amazing. By the way, this is her first competition ever, as I think most of these riders, with the exception of a few of them. And all the team very excited. All right, you were watching Lynn Francois.
With a time of 3.56.14 for
Yeah, that was something else. The production crew is actually commenting how stable she is. She learned really, really early how to handle a boat and where she needs to put her weight. But that's a fantastic observation, and that's something generally it takes riders a while to learn. They just need to figure out, where do I need to be physically, right? Where's the physical awareness on the boat? Well, it looks like that may be the completion for a slalom class. And again, congratulations to Long Yinyang, In Touch, Long Yinyang, with that 2:17 time. By the way, just a reference for you. average times on the course this weekend have been around 2:20. So he was not only on top of that, but a little bit faster than our average race time. And we are on to our next one. This is amateur runabout 1100 stock, and that was Sasima Punam. Henry Kappas also waving. Oh, excuse me. Yep. T6. And that is Jacqueline Sirat. Also from Thailand. And T71, Natakorn Noonfuk. Sponsored by Garage Complete. Giving us a little gun show there. Boat number 86, also on this lineup, that is Kanatkai Akdu Rakdu. He is a part of the 777 Performance Jumbo Tuner team. Boat number 99, also on the line, that is Izzat Atrita Binti Ahmed Zuhari from Malaysia. And boat number T8, Kuratakorn Puna. By the way, Kuratakorn Punam second overall as we come into our third and final moto. Boat number 141 also on the line. The Pirat Sirak Group from Thailand, sponsored by Garage Complete. All right, we're on to T19 next. That is going to be Pitapong Kiaka Mukul. Pitapong in this hunt. Got 73 points. And boat number 39, that is Sundari Uka from Japan. He rides for Racing Factory Union. And the 911, Unawich Ban Furchai from Thailand, rides for K45 Maxima and the Yamaha team. I like how his holders are chilling. And boat number 11, Arawat Lahip from Thailand, riding for the Flamingo Jet Ski team. And boat number B3. All right, let's hear from CK down on the beach.
All right, before we proceed to the amateur runabout 1100 stock, let me recap once again. For the junior, 1 lap slalom 8 to 13 ski lights previously. This class has 2 runs to qualify with top 5. Well, the upcoming race will be after the awards ceremony this afternoon. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, amateur runabout 1100 stock is ready. Are you ready? So let's get back to the water. Woo!
Yes, CK, along with the rest of the awesome team, part of the caffeinated crew this afternoon. So much fun to hang out with him and the rest of our team as we are ready to go with amateur runabout 1100 stock. This is going to be your third and final moto. And on the points right now, it's Pirat Sarang Group with the lead with 106 points, sponsored by Garage Complete. In second, it is Kuratakorn Puna. And your third place rider coming into this, Sasina Kuna. Oh, we got some creepers. Sasina saw it too, so everybody's gonna have to get behind the lines. Rossmore's like a no-go on that start. Good one, pulled everybody back and then hit it. Kuratakorn with an outstanding start. Will he be able to hold on to it? He had the pole position and he got stabbed just a little bit and cut off, which is totally normal. Once you get past the halfway mark, you can start moving over from your lane. We'll find out who's pushing for that hole shot. Looks like Sasina Yunam from the inside. We'll have the hole shot on the inside. And that could very well be Pirat. It is boat number 141, Pirat Sirangugrak, with the hole shot on the outside. And the 141 boat does get the hole shot from the outside. That's Pirat. Beautifully done. He's in second with 2 second place finishes. He is looking for a first place. It's Sasina Punam in second. So again, Pirouat from the outside split takes the whole shot. Big track this weekend, 41 buoys, 1.5 kilometers. Been averaging about 240 on the lap times. I'll let you know what this one is as we go through these laps. Give you an average on some of these lap times this afternoon. We've got a great docket of races for you, and we're still going to be doing awards for our first group of racers. You're watching the WGP Waterjet World Cup and the WGP Waterjet World Series all in one. It's like a 2-for-1 special. Currently, Pirouat's got control of your amateur Runabout 1100 stock lead. You can hear the whistles in the background, a couple of riders down. As we take a look over that redonkulously short backstretch. I was timing it earlier today. It was averaging between 11 to 14 seconds on the backstretch. It's not a big backstretch for these guys to negotiate. They are going to be separating the two different classes with two courses, runabout versus stand-up. We'll be doing that towards the end of the week. And Pirouat goes to the outside. Pretty common, by the way, when we're watching the races this morning, most of the riders were taking that outside split, particularly on the first couple of laps. Cecina Punam for your second place. She got that from that inside. We'll get you the top 5 in just a second. Current points. It is a Pirouat at the top of this for the Tide Cup with 106 points. Karatakorn in second with 99 points. And Cecina is in third with 96 points. Jacqueline on boat number T6 is in fourth place for the points for the Tide Cup. And Nanakorn in fifth. And Henry Coppas is in sixth. Nanakorn and Coppas in a battle for that fifth place spot, only 1 point separating them. That's how it looks for the World Cup points. Here is the World Series as we see it right now coming into this one. Karatakorn with 173 points coming into this final round and the final moto. Cecina with 132 points. Coppas with 89 is in third, and Matthias Seaman is in fourth with 87 points. Kiat Makun is in fourth, and Pirouat rounds out your top 5, and that's for the World Series this weekend, and that includes all 3 rounds. Here's your top 5. We've got Pirouat with the whole shot in second, Cecina Punam in third, boat number 39. Sug Nori Uka from Japan. And then in fourth, I've got boat number 86. That's Kunakai. And then in fifth, boat number 911. That takes care of your top 5. Punawich, Guna Prachai. Good opportunity to probably mention sunscreen to the fans in the stands. And pressure from T6. That is Jacqueline. Surat Kumai just out of the top 5 at the moment. He's putting pressure on that 5th place rider. Punawich, Bunprachai. And T6 is in the points for this top 5, and he needs to get around some riders.
You are blocking the walkway. So if you want to take photos, please stand in the back.
Looks like Coppas right back there with him as well. Again, your race leader, Pirouat. Sarik Gangruk. Sponsored by Garage Complete. Not only your race leader, but your points leader for the World Cup for the week's racing. Again, we are awarding 2 separate awards this week. The first one is for the World Cup over the weekends racing, so a single stop, if you will. And then the second one is the World Series, which was a part of the Triple Crown. That started in Poland in May, and then we had our second round in October in the USA, and now our final round right here in Pattaya, Thailand in December. So a good stretch in between these as well. And you can say Pirat has been favoring the outside split. Now, it's interesting that we had the camera angle there for you. You would think that just the stand-up riders stand up through that, but it's quite often that the runabout riders stand up as well. It does a couple of things for them. They can move their weight and redistribute as needed to keep that boat hooked up. Also an opportunity maybe for a quick stretch if they haven't, and usually on those front stretches they've got a little safe thing in. Oh, we've got a push. T6 is moving around boat number 911. That is Jacqueline making the move on Pudowicz, and he locks it in. T6 on this hunt. That is Jukarin. Came in with 96 points. He knows what he's got to do. Tied for the 4th place. And that tie is between him and Cecina Puna. And he has got to get up there closer to her if he is going to have a prayer of beating that young lady on the T26 boat. Cecina Puna. Currently in 3rd in a big points battle with Jacqueline. Watching the amateur runabout stock class. This amateur runabout 1100 stock. It is a 10-lap moto. This is the 3rd of 3 motos. Is that a parasailer? It is actually a parasailer out over just the backside of the track. Yeah, that shocked me too. I'm like, what? Don't come into the track unless you want a free ride on a jet ski. How crazy would that be? By the way, that would be grounds to stop the race. Just an FYI, we wouldn't let them actually come into the track. That would be a severe safety concern, and I'm sure the course marshals are radioing right now, but that definitely took me back for a minute. Cecina with that signature style. She's got a very loose, relaxed upper body when she's racing. And you can just see it looks like her head is just bobbing in a relaxed way, like she's in a zen state. And wow, did you see T6 come through on that turn onto the front stretch? That was a bicep crusher. Jacqueline Sarat Fumi charging through this pack, hunting down the young lady on the T26 boat. The lady that is tied in points with him, Cecina Puna. Meanwhile, Pirat, unaware of all the drama. He got a beautiful hole shot. Taking that one from that inside. He's got 106 points. He's already got his job done. What he needs to do is just finish this race, make sure that boat stays together. But beautiful job for Pirat Sring Gongkrup on the 141 boat. All right, Si Konrad is the way to say Pirat's last name. Thank you so much for your patience. Whew, I'm learning slowly. Again, Pirat leading 106 points. Karatakorn, Punam, and Cecina Punam 2nd and 3rd respectively. And we are in lap traffic. Whoa! Side-by-side action coming off that first part of the dog legs. Yeah, that was crazy, and the waves are getting bigger. You can tell the waves are starting to pick up on the back. Look at how much these boats are lifting out of the water. These boats are pretty heavy. You're looking at about 700 pounds plus. Try to keep them as light as possible. We've been incorporating a lot of carbon fiber in the top and the bottom decks of these hulls. Not able to do that in the stock class. You're not able to modify like that. But you'll start seeing a lot more of these carbon fiber top decks and bottom decks in order to maintain as much lightweight as possible. Not too much so that they just launch out of the water, but the idea is just to increase that speed. Yeah, there was Sun Noraiuka, the gentleman riding for Japan, rides for Racing Factory Union. He's got 63 points on the board, back mid-pack currently. We've got a traffic jam out here on the right side. 5 of your top riders trying to get through the lap traffic, and Henry Kappas starting to make this move in the top grouping, and Karadakorn, the gentleman aboard the T8. And he was pretty far back on the start. He was not in the top 6 on the start, but he is trying to work his way through. He needs to get up in this top 5. He's currently got 99 points, but he's back out of the top 5 at the moment, and that could cost him a podium. And the gentleman that would take it over would be that T6 boat, Jacqueline. And Jacqueline is up in that 5th place position currently. As we mentioned earlier, you know, one of the challenges, I actually love watching stock racing for a couple of reasons. It is not just horsepower. It's not just a money game, right? So if you can just bolt on parts anytime to add horsepower and add speed. With a stock boat, you really got to learn how to ride the boat. And so handling becomes critical, and the way you work the boat becomes critical. This is a case in point right here. Look at how Pirat, he understands what he needs to do. He comes into that front stretch, and he very consistently has been jumping up, standing on the seat, giving his back a rest, but he's also making sure that he's got maximum hookup on this boat. There's the little replay on that so you can see it. Now, Cecina Punam, she's got a completely different style. Look how close she is to the front of that seat. She's actually cuddling the front part of that seat, and her shoulders are rolled over. All of that in order to maintain a relaxed space. She knows she's not going to be able to out-physically ride the guys. She's not going to be able to out-muscle them. So she's going to play a finesse game on the back of that boat, and she does a beautiful job of it. Man, T6. Hunting. It's like a shark out there. Jacqueline. Siriratpumi is his last name. Jacqueline Siriratpumi rides for Jet Ski Uban. And he's just been charging. There's Henry Kappas. Henry came into this final round in 5th. He had a couple of not fantastic finishes, not bad. 30, let's just take a look at him really quick. A 5th and a 6th place finish. Right now he's outside of the top 6. In a good position for Kappas. He's got 89 points. So he's in 3rd behind Kiradakorn and Cecina Punam. Pair of Punams. And then one Kappas on the podium for the World Series. Let's see how it ends up on the final part. But the bookends are Punams. Cecina, she has such a deceptive riding style. If you just looked at her, you would think that's kind of sloppy. I think it's brilliant to watch her. Oh, Jacqueline, he's moved up. He has moved up into 3rd. Wow. Jacqueline has gotten all the way up to 3rd out of 6th. What a beautiful ride for the T6 boat. In fact, I think when he started, he wasn't even in 6th place. I think he was back in 7th. So I would say probably one of the fastest lap times on the water right now is going to have to go to T6. Jacqueline. Siri Ratapanum up in third place. And now he's in a position to poise an attack on the only person that he needs to get around, and that's Cecina Punam, because that is the tie for this weekend between Jacqueline and Cecina. Both of them with 96 points, both of them in third, coming into the final moto. Jacqueline must overtake Cecina to get a chance at a podium. Seeing a lot of hearts. Pirouat, a four-time tie champion, a three-time world champion, a three-time World Series champion. All of that combined into a gentleman who has had a tremendous weekend. Let's just take a look at the points again. He had a second place finish, both first and second moto, and right now he's in the lead. That is boat number 141, Pirouat. Last lap. And Tadao, yes, Tuganori from Japan on boat number 39. Holy horsepower. Cecina on this lap must hold off. Boat number T6. Oh no! Oh no! She broke! She broke Cecina Punam. What a heartbreak! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, no, she actually pulled a lanyard. That's even worse. Oh, you can hear that chatter in the helmet. Oh, what a heartbreak for this young lady. Oh my gosh. What a heartbreak. She pulled a lanyard. That was your battle for third place. Jacqueline sat right there and waited for it to happen, and it did. Cecina Punam just lost that position on the podium for the World Cup for the weekend. That is probably not going to affect her for the World Series, but that is absolutely heartbreaking. Beautiful, beautiful rider. A World Series champion from last year as well. Only 18 years old, out of Samut Sakhon, Thailand. She's a student, and that was a heartbreaking moment for that young lady. Jacqueline's moved into third, and that is going to lock his opportunity at a podium, and all of that drama happened on the last lap. Unbelievable outcome on the final couple of buoys. And the only question now is there any prayer of her getting back up there and answering the challenge to Jacqueline? And honestly, I don't think there's enough real estate left for her to make a comeback bid, but I'm not going to deny it. That's still one of the most beautiful rides from this young lady, and it's heartbreaking to see her do that. But you know who is doing fantastic and not a problem? This gentleman, boat number 141, takes the checkered flag. Pirouat Sirak Aruk takes the win. And overall for the weekend, great job for him. So that's a bookend. Second place finishes 2 in a row and a win on this final moto, and that's going to be enough to put him at the top for the World Series Cup. We'll come right back with the World Series overalls. I just am in shock still. All right, so real quick, let's just take a look at the points for you. So redemption for Pirouat as Cecina took the win on that last one. Your series overall, Karatakorn still should have the championship, the World Series championship. Cecina Punam for second, and Kopis for third. We'll be right back after this.
ความสัมพันธ์ออนไลน์ยังไงถึงจะเวิร์ก
พี่เจมส์หนูคบกับเขาดีไหม
ว่ามา
หนูเจอเขาในเว็บ
ตัวจริงเป็นไง
ไม่เคยเจอ
อ้าว
แล้วมีวันหนึ่งนะ
ว่าร
ถชนเขาส่งคนมาเลยดูแลจนถึงอู่แถมซ่อมให้จนกว่าจะพอใจด้วย
ดีขนาดนี้แล้วลังเลอะไร
นั่นดิพี่ Direct Asia สวัสดีค่ะ
ความสัมพันธ์ถ้าจะให้ดีต้องดูแลตั้งแต่ต้นจนจบเหมือนประกันรถยนต์ออนไลน์ Direct Asia
recharge. Rejoice. Enjoy amazing Thailand like never before. Fly non-stop smoothly to Thailand.
Hey you guys, welcome back. You're watching the action here live out in Pattaya, Thailand, watching WGP #1 Waterjet World Cup and of course the WGP Waterjet World Series 22. I'm Don CK giving you the action right here on the beach. And we are on to Expert Ski Grand Prix, and this too has been a nail biter from the beginning. We got 13 riders out on the line, and as we come into the final moto, and they've had to do a grueling 4 of them. This is going to be this final part. It is T30 Tanawid Moli with a absolute grandstand shouter of a finish. He ended up passing his way into the lead. Let's go ahead and give you this rundown as we go down the lineup. It is boat number 9, Warwit Jeet Prosang, that you're looking at on the screen. And right next to him, boat number 30 out of Cambodia. It is the one and only Mustin Min, sponsored by Flamingo Jet Ski Racing. He had a crazy moto, broke his fuel pump, or not his fuel pump, but actually the pump housing in that second moto. But number 86, also on the inside, that's Hayden Erickson out of New Zealand, riding for 81 Racing, although he has an 86 moto on. With the big 86, and 289 also on the inside, Patapon of Flu Dong, rides for Mountain Jet Racing Team. And I love the fact that we're announcing each of the riders so that you get a chance to see them. Here's what the lineup is on the outside split. T30. That is Tanawid Moli, your current points leader with 163 points. Rides for the Flamingo Jet Ski Racing Team. Chris down there holding for him. And boat number 81, this is Showtime. That's my new nickname for him, Shogun. That's Shogu Ibuhara from Japan, riding for SKU 46H Racing. Boat number 639 also on the outside. That is Akin Nipachorun, riding for Yamaha and Hero Jet from Bangkok. And boat number 13 also on this lineup, that's Sergei Aleksinko from Cyprus, riding for FTR. Got one of the Rocket racers, Rocket team from Russia holding for him. All right, let's do a little bit of a recap from these 13 riders. Again, Tanawid Moli with 163 points, leading. Phil Seegers. Oh, no, that's Phil Seegers is in second, but on the line. Where is that rider from Belgium? Unless he's on a different boat. He's in second with 125 points, but I do not see him on the lineup. There he is. Figures anything scarier. He's on the pole position on the inside. That was an instant heart attack. All right, he's in second with 125 points. Shogo Ibahara in third with a... Bill is in third, and Shogun is actually in second. And a beautiful start. Let's see if they call it. Oh! That one rider lost. Quick recovery, though. I think that was actually more a wave just grabbing him. And visibility has just turned from super awesome to not so easy to see what's happening. Oh, it is a red flag. I wondered. I didn't want to say it, but I kind of wondered if we were going to get a red flag for that. Sometimes we get a little excited, particularly on these final motos, and we're more squirrely than a pair of squirrels in a tree. So that one got a little nuts. Those guys weren't holding their lines quite as good, so we're going to re-rack them. It's a shot of Shogo. Let's take a look at these points. Oh, thank you so much. We did have a boat number change. The red 30 is actually going to be Tana Win, and that is not Must In. That is a Tana Win. So they had a boat change, Tana Win Moli. Not surprised. They've been having a bit of challenges with that 30 boat. All right, here's your points right now for the World Series. Tana Wid, Moli with 149 points, Phil Seegers with 137 points, and Tana Win with 135 points. So the twins are both in position for a podium. Now let's take a look at the Tie Cup, because that's a little bit different. Tana Wid is still in the lead with 163 points, but Showtime Shogo is in second with 161 points. Seegers in third with 125. Mustin Min in fourth with 123, and Tana Win in fifth with 115. And the Flamingo Jet Ski Racing team is over there screaming their hearts out. Oi, oi, oi. Shogo Ibahara. Can he get a whole shot? Oh, that was the one they called for premature acceleration or not holding your line. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure why we had the lanyard off the back of the boat. Yeah, that's actually, he's getting penalized. So he's going to have to start with a dead engine, hand over his head, and they have to have that lanyard not only out, but over his head as well. I'm not sure. You're not actually supposed to have a holder, so I'm not really sure why we have the holder back there. They could very well get called for that. And boat number 78 just shot out, so we've got a rematch again. Everybody that gets a little excited on this final moto. You can see Ross Moore and AP up there conversing, and it is going to be boat number 78. It's going to be your Kuwait rider, Salim Al-Mutawa, the Russian team, in fourth down there. All right, that's 2 down. Oh no, Phil Seegers also got to start with a dead engine. So 2 penalties on that one, and Phil very slow to start. Oh, that's a crusher. All right, are we going to have a green flag on this one? So that was 3 riders overall penalized on the last 2 starts. Let's see if we get a green one. Can we get a green flag on this? Well, the door is open for Tana Win Moli, and Tana Win is actually on this number 30 boat, which you normally see Mustin Min on, but Kylie Elmers from the team actually messaging in and letting us know that Tana Win is on boat number 30, and that is Tana Wid, boat number T30, with a whole shot from the outside, and he's got a ton of company, and that is Shogo trying to overtake in the second. Oh, incredible start. So the whole shot is going to go to Tana Win, the first of the twins. Boat number 81, Shogush Ibahara. In second, Ibahara. And then in third, it's going to be Tana Wid Moli. Phil Seegers nowhere in sight after that penalty on the dead engine start. Wow, beautiful start for Expert Ski Grand Prix, but it took us 3 times to get there. 3 times the charm for a whole shot, and the whole shot went to boat number 30. Again, Tana Win Moli riding for Flamingo Jet Ski team. And we'll get you the top 5 in just a second. Shogu Ibahara lives in Mibo Town, Tochigi, Japan. He's 22 years old. By the way, he said he's one of his likes is sushi. One of his dislikes is coriander. So he's a foodie, you can already tell. He is also crazy fast. I have to say, one of the greatest things I got on Shogu on the rider profile is one of his favorite songs. Are you ready? Love Yourself by Justin Bieber. It's a great tune, by the way. All right, Tanawin Moli, your race leader. These twins are so freaking quick. Shogu Ibahara in second, and Tanawid Moli in third. We'll get to the update on where Fierce Seegers is and the rest of the team. Shogu going a little bit sideways on the right-hand side of that track. That is Tanawin Moli that you're seeing on boat number 30. That's normally Must-In men's boat, but they put Tanawin on it. Incredible racing from Tanawin Moli and Tanawid as well. Tanawin, by the way, the gentleman in the lead, lives in Pattaya, loves skating and bike riding. Kevin Redderer and the Flamingo team built those boats for him. And here's your top 5. All right, once again, Tanawin Moli and boat number is in the lead, and boat number 81, Shogu Ibahara in second. In third is Tanawid Moli. In fourth is Worawit Jeep Brosong. And in that 5th place spot is Akin Nipatron. That is your top 5. And I know the question on everybody's mind right now has got to be, where is Phil Seegers and Salim Almatawa? Salim in this hunt as well. He's back in top 10. And that is the team giving Shogu the shout out. Shogo, AKA Showtime. That's the guys cheering on for boat number 81, Shogu Ibahara. Rides for Japan, sponsored by SKU 468 Racing. You know what, I'm still not sure about Shogu with the holder behind him. Now, if the race conditions are harsh enough, right, the waves are coming in steep enough, they do allow a holder. We'll, of course, leave it up to the race directors, but that holder was a bit close for a rider that had a penalty. So we'll see what happens with that. But right now on the track, looking spectacular, that is Shogu Ibahara, and he is sandwiched by the twins. And, of course, if that name sounds familiar, that is actually Choke's kids, Tanawin and Tanawid Moli. Both great racers. It is that you would have twins out there, and both of them in the same class, and both of them doing so well. And man, these guys really do take care of each other and really love each other. It's fantastic to watch them. Was just taking a look. Tanawin Moli got a 3rd in Poland and a 3rd in the U.S., and Tanawid got a 6th and a 2nd. That put Tanawid in 3rd coming into this for the World Series. But, man, I tell you what, after the finishes that Tanawid has had, he had 2 first-place finishes out of the 4 motos that he's been in today. And, whoa, Tanawin Moli catching serious air on one of those Commander boats that has been quite a bit modified. Nice turn as he sets up and plays a little defense against Shogu Ibahara. Showtime, and Tanawid is pushing on that Japanese rider. Points are close to Tanawid Moli, and if he finishes where he's at right now, he'll of course take 48 points. 5 points separating him and Shogo. Not, well, yeah, Shogo could move right in the lead. Tanawid Moli has got to get around Shogo to hold on to this race lead and hold on to the World Cup. It is that close, so no wonder all of the excitement. There's Phil Seegers moving through this pack after a dreaded penalty on the start line. Had to start with a dead engine. Phil came into this round with 125 points in the hunt for a podium. That is going to shake this series up and allow the opportunity for possibly Tanawin Moli to get up on the podium as well. Quite the change of fate. So Tanawin Moli must get around Shogo Ibahara in order to hold on to his World Cup championship. There are 2 points separating him and separating him and Shogo. So Shogo is with 161 points coming into this. Tanawid Moli with 163 points coming into it. And the person that was closest to him was Phil Seegers with 125. Oh! And Tanawid coming from the inside. Oh! No change. Yeah. Got around. Got around. Beautiful move. That was a sweet move. All right, so Tanawid Moli has just moved him to second, and that just changed his opportunity. The Tanawid back in the lead and the top of scoreboard. Got around Shogo Ibahara, and that was a sweet pass from the inside split. So it is Tanawin and then Tanawid. 6 and Sense are their nicknames. And looks like that was the replay as you saw that pass from Tanawid Moli. That was wicked. Tanawid Moli in second place and now back in the lead. Desperately needed the points to hold on to the World Cup. Phil Seegers just a handful of trouble. Yeah, Rutger Biersman, we'll try to find out where Phil Dog is. Is that what you're calling him? That's hilarious. Well, Phil Seegers coming into this had 125 points. He was in third, but then he got penalized with that dead engine start. After the first couple of laps, he was not in the top 5. I'll try to catch back and see where he's at. But last I checked, was not in the top 5. So Phil Seegers could very well have moved up into it now, but he had a pretty ugly start, Rutger, just to let you know. How do you get a whole shot with a dead engine start? That's awesome. Oh, goodness. All right, Tanawid holding on to that second place, but Shogo pushing him, trying to get around him. Meanwhile, Tanawid Moli on the 30 boat with the whole shot and still leading. And Tanawid Moli, that is your race leader, but that is also your World Cup points leader at the moment. And the gentleman that can throw him off of that is the one right behind him, Shogo Ibahara from Japan. Back in third, only 2 points separating these two riders. Yeah, you're welcome, Rutger. Thank you, sir. Yeah, if I find out where Phil is, but I am going to guess he's not in the top 6, and that's where he needs to be. Mustin Min is poised as well to hit the podium, but I'm not sure what boat Mustin is, or if he just bowed out of that so that Tanawin can have his boat. You can hear them shouting as they come through. Shogo Ibahara and Tanawid Moli. That showdown is not complete. Just a huge shout out to all of these great sponsors for bringing this race action. There goes Tanawid Moli and Shogu coming out from that inside split again. Yeah, not a pass. And you can see Tanawid Moli just looking back over it. So Tanawin got through, and then Tanawid Moli in second, and Ibahara in third. And only 3 laps to go. Ooh. I'm not nervous. 10-lap moto, we've got 3 left on the books. Yeah, there'll be a lot of champagne flowing after this class. I have to say this has been one of the more exciting ones just because of how close these riders have been, but every one of the classes today has provided a ton of action. Just a massive shout out to all the juniors this year for really stepping up their game. Always bringing the fun back in the racing, but right now the action goes to this Expert Ski Grand Prix. And Tanawin Moli and Tanawid Moli are making headlines out on the track. Tanawid with a comeback pass from that inside split that will definitely go in the history books. And there is Phil Seegers, and I think that relaxed body language sort of says it all. He knows that he's out of it for the top 3, at least for the World Cup, but he's still in this game for the World Series. Again, Tanawid for the World Series with 149 points, Seegers with 137, Tanawin with 135. So the way it shakes, it'll be Tanawid at the top of it for the World Series, Tanawin in second, Phil Seegers in third. If it ends like it is right now, that's for the World Series, the 3 rounds. For the World Cup, Tanawid, Shogo for your top 2. And we've only got a couple more to go, and he's got to hold on an additional threat as Shogu comes hard from that inside split. Shogo backing off just a smidge, but man, he put the pressure on Tanawid Moli, and Tanawid's just unflappable. The Flamingo team riders have been outstanding in this final moto. And Tanawid Moli, arms and legs akimbo, but mind is straight. Shogo Ibahara, the rider from Japan on that 81 boat. That is your battle for the overall in the World Cup. There are only 2 points separating the 2 of them. Whoever gets ahead of who, this final couple of laps, is going to be the rider that's going to be at the top of the podium. And oh, Shogu got caught up in a bit of waves, and that dropped him back a few more seconds, giving Tanawid Moli a bit of a breather. 3.84 seconds separating Tanawid Moli and Shogu Ibahara. Actually, it's Shogo. I keep saying Shogu. Shogo Ibahara, a.k.a. Showtime. I made that up. He doesn't like it. I'm sure he'll tell me. Woo! Insanity on the water. All right, race directors and the course marshals all watching this track very closely. On that front stretch. You can see these guys coming through. We had a couple of lap riders. All right, that's Tanawin that comes through. Shogu and Tanawid Moli, and that's actually boat number 9, lapped rider. Lapped rider. We actually thought that was Shogo. That's Warwheat. Jit coming up making a challenge. It's back and forth. Actually, I don't think that was a lapped rider. I think he's in that top 4. Correction on that. Warwick Jit making a challenge. All right, Shogu. Man, this water is gnarly, and the white flag is out. There's that recap for you. And you can see Shogu has just got his hands full trying to hold on to that boat off of the front stretch. That is the bid between him and boat number 9 and Tanawid Moli, boat number 30. 9 not in the points. He's just out racing on this moto trying to get a top 5. Was back in 4th place. Wow. We're on our last lap, guys. This is it for Tanawid Moli and Shogo Ibahara. All right, Tanawin goes to the outside. And Tanawid is going to go to the inside. And as they set up on the final couple of turns, that's Tanawin Moli. Drops to the front stretch, and he is going to take the win in this 4th and final moto. Beautiful job, but the winner and your World Cup and World Series winner is T30, Tanawin Moli. Congratulations for the Flamingo team rider. That was one of the most adrenaline-pumping races we've seen all day. Also a shout-out to Shogo Ibahara taking 3rd, 2nd on the podium. Incredible racing from these two guys, and representing for Thailand and Japan. Great run. We're going to drop down to CK.
Well, so far it's been a great day to Team Thailand indeed. Well, congratulations unofficially to Tanawit and Tanawin Moli, the Thai twins, for winning the Expert Ski Grand Prix, especially Tanawit Moli. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're still watching the One Water Jet World Cup and WGP One Water Jet World Series 2022. We'll still one more championship moto coming up next, which is the Expert Veterans Runabout Limited 35 plus Moto 4, which is the final moto before the World Cup and the World Series awards of 5 classes, followed by the second run to qualify the top 5 of junior 1 lap slalom 8 to 13 ski lights. Well, don't go anywhere too far. As you can see, it's a beautiful day here in Pattaya with perfect weather condition. Well, in the afternoon it's a little windy, I would say, which makes the waves in the sea a little bigger. Definitely this is quite a challenge to our international riders, yet these matches are a concept of innovative sport that challenges your limits. Right, Don? Well, now let's get back to the next final moto. Once again, the Expert Veterans Runabout Limited 35 plus. If you're ready, let's get to Don.
CK, thank you so much. And yeah, I totally agree. These wind conditions are definitely having a massive effect on the riders. I got to tell you, the guys in that expert ski class were riding sideways a couple of those turns. Very impressive run. Can't wait to see what happens to the Expert Veteran Runabout, and that's a class that's going to be up next. This is your limited runabout class, and as you can see, it is Tirapong Pimpawat on the pole position on the inside. Adapon Kunsa. What a ride from this gentleman the last couple of days. He had a win in the first moto, and then kind of a miserable thing happened. He was winning in moto number 2, and then suddenly boat problems. Had to exit the vehicle, if you will. Ended up with a 9th place overall. Then got a 3rd, so a little redemption in moto number 3. Also took the win. Right now, Adapon Kunsa with 147 points. Meanwhile, down on the line, boat number 70, that is Tirapong Pimpawat we just introduced. And then, of course, a great ride from this Russian gentleman, boat number 76, Alexei Barasukov, who is currently in 3rd. The 666s of Park Yin-ho from South Korea. And the 707 in the house, that is Alreza Al-Sharfi from Iran. riding for Jumbo Tuner. And then the T9 boat. That is Anpupat Wang Visit. Riding for Isan Jet Ski Uban. And the 917 in the house. That is Adapon Kunsa. Pretty exciting to see him as he pets his boat and gets ready to go. All right, Supap Pusapa. And a 100 boat, that is Bachman Maxim. Bachman from Russia, riding for the Rockets team. All right, it's going to be boat number 42. And look, he's just chilling like a villain. He's up there taking a nap. Now Renat Hun Sang Tam, riding for K45 Maxima. The K5 boats. Yinwan Kim from South Korea. And then rounding out our field this afternoon, Anthony Ratatet from the USA on the double deuce. Anthony's, why are you still staring at me? Why you gotta be like that? All right, we got your lineup here. 14 racers as we make our way to the beginning of our fourth and final moto for expert veteran Runabout Limited. And again, your points leader, Tirapong Pimpawat, with 166 points is your point leader. In second is Adapon Kunsa with 147 points. In third, Alexei Berezkov in that third place. And Supap Usapa is in fourth. So again, Pimpawat leading, and there's your whole shot. Pimpawat lined up on that inside. That just looks like a hot mess with the glare on the water. It is very tough to see. If it looks like it's hard to see from your perspective, you're absolutely right. It is for them as well, particularly when they start making those turns into the sun. But that's just part of afternoon racing. Ooh, it's a good start. We're just trying to get some numbers here as these guys come through. It is Supap Pusapa on the outside. Just about had a neck adjustment on that final turn. I don't know if you guys saw that. Yeah, Supap Pusapa with the hole shot. I was looking for Tirapong, but it looks like your first two riders actually came from that outside. It is Adapon Kunsa in second. And the 666 is a Parkian Yo in third. Double deuce to Anthony Radicek in fourth. And a K5 rounding out your top five. Yinwan Kim. Supap Pusapa, got to be very happy with that. And I'll just do a recap on that moto prior to this one. You were talking about that bumping and grinding. Well, on the outside split, Supap Pusapa and the Russian rider Alexei Berezkov were connecting. There was a little male bonding happening on the first couple of buoys there as they were getting sorted out. And that cost Supap only a couple of positions, surprisingly. And then Alexa actually just took the charge of that one. Alexa ended up with third place. And actually, when I look down at that, he's actually got 3 third places on boat number 76. Been very consistent. Tirapong Pimpawat with a second, first, and a second. Adapon Kunsa 2 firsts and a 9th. And Supap Pusapa, he needed this. Supap actually had a 4th, a 2nd, and a 4th. Been consistent, but he needs to rack up some points, and he did exactly what he needed to do on this 4th and final moto, but he's got company. And that is Adapon Kunsa coming from the inside. And this is interesting because Adapon Kunsa does not need to necessarily get around Supap Pusapa. He's ahead in the points at the moment. But you know, 60 253, 7 points. Nope, I take that back. He has got to get around him. Kunsa has got to get around Supap in order to hold on to that second place. Tirapong Pimpawat is in a bit of jeopardy at the moment. He's got 166 points, but right now he's not in the top 5. Looking for boat number T70 to see where he is on the track. Supap Pusapa and Adapon Kunsa on that backstretch. 4-time world champion for Adapon Kunsa, and he's trying to set up Supap. He's going to go to the inside. And pressuring Supap in that turn, overstepped that turn a tiny bit going into the outside split. Adapon Kunsa might be able to make up some time for the inside. It's going to be more technical, and with rougher conditions, it could be a little bit slower. The good news is Adapon Kunsa's got 0 traffic, and he is coming through that very fast. Adapon Kunsa just turned in to a lead with a beautiful move through that inside split. That was sweet. All right, Adapon Kunsa, your new leader. Supap Pusapa, second. Nicely done for Adapon Kunsa. Well, that's what he needed to do to hold on to that second place spot, and he did it. All right, don't count these two out of it yet. Supap Pusapa saw that action. Would not be at all surprised if Supap goes in and takes the inside split on the next run. You've got a 10-lap moto, so plenty of time for drama, as they say. Yeah, we still got 8 more to go. We barely got into this excitement, and already we're seeing some big passes. K5's moved up. And there it is. Pimpawat has gotten into this top 5. In fact, he just moved into 4th place. So now Pimpawat, Tirapong Pimpawat, is up back in the points. He came into this with 166. Not sure that he was really going to be knocked out of that. That's an awful lot of points. And he's got a nice gap there. So 166. He's going to end up with the overall World Cup, barring any disaster, mind you. But right now he's up in 4th. The real battle going to be Adapon Kunsa and Supap Pusapa, and we're not done with it. So again, this backstretch, we've been talking about it. It's not real long. It was my main concern, pretty much from day one when I took a look at this. It just makes the tracks more technical. It's fun, but it makes it more technical. I ran about 11:36 on that one. Here we go. Yeah, it looks like Kunsa and Supap Pusapa in that split section. See if anything happens as far as dramas. And Kunsa taking the inside, and that doing well. Boy, I've been talking about this gentleman moving up into 3rd, and he did it again. That is Alexei on boat number 76 up in 3rd. Alexei Boruskov from Russia up into 3rd. And that's from out of nowhere in a beautiful way again. And then we've got Pimpawat in 4th. Tirapong Pimpawat in that 4th place spot. Oh no, T9 off his boat. That's Anupap Wangvisit, who went off the boat, not one of the race leaders. You didn't know better. You were thinking you'd have been on a pleasure cruise and just jumping in the water to cool off. But no. All right, your race leader, Adapon Kunsa, as we get our gentleman back aboard his boat. That's the T9, and man, he went off at a crazy position too. That actually shut down the inside split. Supap Pusapa comes through in second. Yeah, Adapon Kunsa leading, Supap Pusapa second, and again, your inside split shut down for repairs as we get the T9 rider back aboard his boat. No dramas, all good. Fifth place, Anthony Radatek. Anthony got an opportunity for a podium this weekend. Great to see this gentleman out of the USA. It's just been an incredible addition to our tour. Yeah. For the Thai Cup, only 1 point between Kunsa and Pusapa. Whee! All right, for the World Series, Kunsa, Pusapa, and Radatek is how it looks so far. I do believe Radatek is in fifth for those of you guys that are watching. And for the Thai Cup right now, it looks like Pimpawat, Kunsa, and Pusapa. But that's still up for grabs. Again, we have Tirupong Pimpawat with 166 points. And then in second place, we have Adapon Kunsa with 147 points. This is just the World Cup this weekend. 147 for Adapon Kunsa. And then Alexei Beruskov with 144, the Russian rider. And then Supap Pusapa with 139 points coming into this final round. So Pusapa was a bit further back. Alexei, however, is all over this. And I believe he's back up in third. Hold on, I have a correction on these points. For the World Series, if Radatek is in fifth, and I'm not sure, but I think he is. We're trying to see this boat number. Just checking the boat number right now, but 5 more laps to go. And halfway mark is out. Kunsa, Pusapa, and Radatek, as long as Anthony does not go past fifth, we should be okay for the World Series. So again, Kunsa, Pusapa, and Radatek for your top 3 on the World Series. And I do need to get that race number, as I cannot tell who that is, but I'll see if I can run that down. Maybe you guys can see it if you got better eyes than I do. A lot of cheering for Adapon Kunsa on the live stream, and for absolutely the best reasons. Not only is he truly an amazing racer, but he's also such a fun guy. He's got an amazing attitude. It's impossible to be around him without grinning because he's just so much fun. You're watching him on the water. That's Adapon Kunsa. He looks like he's on one of the rides at Universal Studios. He's just hanging out. Woo! I can imagine how much fun he is in a whoop section. Whoop, whoop. All right, getting your current leader on the, normally he rides a 777. 37 years old. Nickname is Oil, and he tends to build his own boats. And this is Pusapa and Alexei. Once again, you watch the Russian rider and the Thai rider, and it looks like these guys going into the split section. All right, you guys, sorry about that. We're back. We had a little production thing going on, but to this front stretch, it is Korea, K5. K5 up in third. That is Jinwon Kim. He was back in sixth, now battling for third. All right, final couple of laps. You're watching the Expert Veteran Runabout Limited class. And this 10 laps has been eventful. I might be understating that quite a bit. Adaban Kunsa coming in again through the outside. He has really been favoring, in fact, a lot of the riders have been favoring that outside split. Just seems so smooth aboard that boat. Adapan Kunsa, expert veteran champ on the Euros in 2022. He's a 4-time world champion. And we got a boat under a tow hook. G-Shock round 3 champion in Pro-Am Runabout and a Runabout 1000 champ in Havasu. He has been around the world several times, and right now he is going around this course with 0 problems. That's Adapan Kunsa with 147 points. It's Tirapong Pimpawat that we're wanting to chase down here. I'll let you know where he is in just a minute. Trying to get a race number. Oh no, that is Alexei. No, heartbreak. That looks like the Russian rider that got pulled in, Alexei Baruskov. No, it's even worse. It's boat 70, Tirapong Pimpawat, who was your race leader. That's your points leader. Oh, please put your hand together for him. That is a heartbreaker. We were looking for him out on the track. And that was one of the riders that were down. But, yeah, you can hear the crowds honoring him for great racing. But, oh, what a heartbreak for Tirapong Pimpawat, your points leader, getting towed in with just a couple of laps to go. So the T70 out of it. Oh, that is just the worst when you get towed in with boat problems. And body language, as you can see, clearly telling the story here as he comes up and gets a chance to reunite with his team, obviously too soon as the race is still going on. But unfortunately for Pimpawat, that is going to be the end of it. For Expert Veteran Runabout, that was your points leader getting towed in, and that opens the door for Kunsa to take the overall. We'll see if it is enough points. Now, Pimpawat had 166. Depending on where he ends up as far as points, that will determine his overall. And yeah, you can see just watching him walk down the beach. It's just so heartbreaking to put that much time and effort into this kind of racing and then to have to come into the beach early after all that hard work. All right, Kunsa taking the last couple of laps here. You know, in addition to the wind chop that we've been dealing with this afternoon, we're starting to get some big rollers. Just looking out through that course, rollers are starting to come in on these boats as well. Adapan Kunsa takes that hand in the air and checker flag for Adapan Kunsa, a.k.a. Oil. And with that first place finish and with Pimpawat out of it, it might give Kunsa the overall. In fact, I do believe they are announcing it as Adipon Kunsa with the overall for the World Cup on the weekend. We'll be right back. We're going to catch up with CK down in the grandstand.
Wow, unofficially, congratulations to Attapon Kunsa from Thailand for winning the Expert Veterans Roundabout Limited 35 Plus. Anyway, right now I'm sitting next to our spectators over here on the Thai Airways International Grandstand. So for those who like to come experience all the excitement yourself, the tickets are still available over here at Dom Tien Beach, Pattaya, Thailand until 18th of December. But right now, I'm with these two gentlemen. Hey, what's your name?
Alexander Kabatov.
Alexander, and what's your name?
Alexander Smirnov.
Oh, two Alexanders here. All right, where are you guys from?
From Russia, Russian Rockets team.
Right. So you're one of the riders as well, right?
Yes, I'm rider.
So,
Pro AM Super Stock.
so it's going to be tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow and after tomorrow.
Are you excited for the race tomorrow?
Yes.
Are you? Anyone in the world, I mean like anyone in the classes of the races that you specifically or like rooting for or cheering on right now?
We obviously cheer for all our guys from the Russian Rockets team and from the Bulldozer team. And we also are very excited about Anthony from US for him being on the track and giving such a great result. He's the best.
All right. Anything that you would like to specifically say to your riders, Russian riders, or anyone that you're rooting for right now? Like, good luck.
We hope they all gonna get on a prize. Him especially.
Yeah.
We hope first tomorrow and the day after tomorrow.
All right, all the best to you. So anyone that you would like to specially mention to, or any organizations, any of your fans that you would like to say something to, and rooting for you for tomorrow?
It's very best of the world competition. It's my mind. Yes. Thank you very much, Thailand. Team. Thank you.
The championship is the best in the world that we've seen so far. Organization is exceptional. It's a lot of fun and it's great to be here.
So it's been a great tournament so far, and you guys are enjoying the vibe here in Pattaya, Thailand. All right, thank you very much, Alexander. And Alexander, looking forward to seeing you racing tomorrow, and all the best to you as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere too far, because coming up next with the award ceremonies of the 5 classes. See you soon.
All right, we're back out, just taking a quick look over the beach.
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds. WGP 1 World Championship.
Samphat ที่สุดแห่งความเร้าใจปลดปล่อยจิตวิญญาณแห่งจียอในตัวคุณ New Fortuner GR Raise your pride ambition
ความสัมพันธ์ออนไลน์ยังไงถึงจะเวิร์ก
พี่เจมส์หนูคบกับเขาดีไหม
ว่ามา
หนูเจอเขาในเว็บ
ตัวจริงเป็นไง
ไม่เคยเจอ
อ้าว
แล้วมีวันหนึ่งนะ
ว่า
รถชน เขาส่งคนมาเลย ดูแลจนถึงอู่แถมซ่อมให้จนกว่าจะพอใจด้วย
ดีขนาดนี้แล้วลังเลอะไร
นั่นดิพี่ Direct Asia สวัสดีค่ะ
ความสัมพันธ์ถ้าจะให้ดีต้องดูแลตั้งแต่ต้นจนจบเหมือนประกันรถยนต์ออนไลน์
Direct Asia
นิชพ้นภัยผ่านครับและแชมเปี้ยนครับ Novice Ski Stock ครับ Maxima Power Lab Motorsport กรุงเทพประเทศไทยครับคุณนิพิพลคีตะวรนาถครับเหรียญรางวัลช่อมกอกครับและโล่รางวัลและเงินรางวัลครับและขอเรียนเชิญนักกีฬาหันทางด้านขวาพร้อมกันครับ
Please stand for the national anthem of Thailand for the champion
เรียนเชิญทุกท่านลุกขึ้นยืนนะครับและเรียนเชิญนักกีฬาทุกท่านหันทางด้าน
Again, saluting our winner in the novice runabout stock. That's Punyapak Imbang from Thailand, riding for Supanburi jet ski team. And of course, we played the beautiful Thailand national anthem in order to honor our country that took the top of this podium. Great racing. And there again is and actually looks like Amir Hawar from the UAE got 5th. Levente Kakor in 4th, Nakaran Saung in 3rd, and Chayafutin Kuntaya in 2nd, and Punyapak Imbang, again, your overall. So representing on the podium is the UAE, Hungary, and Thailand. And you'll notice that they actually bring security. These trophies are a special design, handcrafted, and just an amazing trophy for the World Series. The design that you see on that gorgeous silver trophy, accompanied by security. They actually watch those trophies throughout to make sure that they have the best security on those. They're beautiful and handcrafted and a custom design just for the World Cup. And now what we are doing is awarding the World Series, and that goes to Amir Hawar from the UAE. Amir Hawar representing for the Sharjah team this weekend and this year. And what an amazing run for Amir Hawar, your World Series champion. And we are going to bring up our next class. Okay, we're on Novice Runabout 1100 stock, and in third place in the overall was Purin Hassanam. In second was Pitapong Kiat Kap Makun. And your champion, Sasina Punam. With the celebratory wreath. And that is the award for the World Cup. And that is your top 5. And we will now again have everyone rise, and we will honor our champions with the Thai national
for the
anthem.
World Cup category.
Beautifully done. Once again, that is your top 5 for the World Cup, and now on to the World Series Championship. Again, this very special design, and if you take a look at this really closely, it represents water, but it also represents the
recipient
water jet. So looking closely at this, a beautiful, beautiful custom design trophy. And the Thai committee, rest of the team put all of this together. Beautiful design, handmade this year. It is a spectacular trophy representing the movement of water and the celebration and synchronization of water and racing. And Pitapong Kiat Makul. Yep, we were just double checking on that, but yes, Bunam got the World Cup, and Pitapong Kiat Kap Makul took the overall in the World Series, and a big check. Congratulations again. You were watching the award ceremony for Novice Runabout 1100 stock. It's such a beautiful ceremony, and as you can see, we have security on both sides of that stage. Here is your top 5. All right, here's your top 5 in novice runabout stock. And we'll just recall that then in 5th place, Chulachak Nyamdi is your 5th place. And Levin. Okay, just double checking Levinte Kakor for 4th, and in 3rd, Nakarin Saung in 3rd, Chayapaton Kumtaya in 2nd, and Punyapak Imbang is your overall for the World Series, for the World Cup. All right, and here is the Nations Cup. Again, Punyapak Imbang.
All right, and the champion of the World Series,
All right, we're just doing a quick confirmation. That was Faisal Burbaya that took the World Series Championship. And again, congratulations to the rider from Kuwait for a World Championship. All right, we are starting with the World Cup, and then we'll go to the World Series. And in 3rd place, Natanan Kinapan. In 2nd, Andrew Hubert Laurie. And your winner, In Touch Long Yin Yam, for the World Cup this weekend.
Anthem of the champion.
And now for the World Series Cup as well, for the Triple Crown. This also is, this is actually, that was for the World Cup, and then the World Series Cup is coming up next. So for the World Cup, that was In Touch Long Yin Nam. And then your winner for the World Series, that is Ander Hubert Laurie, taking the World Series. Congratulations to this young man from Estonia. This is the first time ever that we have a junior 13 to 15 four-stroke champion. And just real quickly, a real quick update. Novice ski stock, that was Saeed Alawadi that took that overall. And again, my apologies on that. We had the wrong sheets up here for us on the awards, and it didn't catch it, but it's Saeed Alawadi for the Novice ski stock World Series. And again, congratulations to Saeed Alawadi.
And in third position from Estonia, Ander Herbert Laurie.
และรองแชมเปี้ยนครับรองแชมเปี้ยนนะครับผู้คว้าอันดับ2 Yamaha Hero Jet กรุงเทพประเทศไทยครับเด็กชายอินทัศน์หลงนิยมครับ
All right, so in third, it's Ander Hubert Laurie for the 13 to 15 stock. And second, In Touch Long Yin Yam. And Nadanan Kinapan is your winner for the World Cup, the Thai Cup.
Please turn around and stand for the national anthem of the champion.
และขอเชิญทุกท่านนะครับลุกขึ้นยืนและหันทางด้านขวาครับแสดงความยินดีกับธงชาติและเพลงชาติของแชมเปี้ยน
The championship trophy stays in Thailand.
และเอเชียนแชมเปี้ยนชิพโทฟี่ครับผู้ที่ครองถ้วยไปครับเป็นแชมป์ของเรานั่นเองครับณัฐนันท์ กีนพันธ์ประเทศไทยครับ
And the champion that receives the Asian trophy.
All right, and given the Water Jet World Cup, you can actually see the title on this side of that WGP #1 Water Jet World Cup that he was awarded. And now we're getting ready to award the champion in the World Series as well. And it is Nadanan Kinapan, a.k.a. Otto, taking the World Series as well, and a beautiful, beautiful finish for Otto on boat number T211.
He is the quad champion.
โอ้แสดงความยินดีกับนักกีฬาครับแสดงความยินดีกับนัทนันและคุณแม่ด้วยนะครับคุณพ่อด้วยครับ4ถ้วยรางวัลในปีนี้ระดับโลก
All right, you guys, that completes our award ceremony. And again, the one correction I did want to just make sure that we got on there was the novice ski stock class. Saeed Alawadi was your series winner. And again, thank you so much, Saeed Alawadi, novice ski stock, your series winner. Congratulations to him again.
All right, now the final one for the day is the junior one lap.
All right, well, that
slalom,
concludes
8 to
our
13
program for the award ceremony.
So our final category of the day.
มอบรางวัล World Cup นะครับและมอบรางวัล Asian Championship และ World Series กันไปครับ5รางวัลแรกของเกมการแข่งขันต่อเนื่องไปที่การแข่งขันในรุ่นจูเนียร์สลาล่มฮีทที่2กันเลยครับการแข่งขันประเภทเยาวชน
All right, let's take it down to the beach and come to CK.
What an amazing award ceremony. Congratulations to all winners, especially to Team Thailand for winning many championships. Anyway, right now, before we proceed to Junior One Lap Slalom 8 to 13 ski lights, second run to qualify the top 5. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing over here by the beach of Jom Tien, Pattaya city of Thailand right now. So for those who tune in exclusively right now on our Jet Ski World Series, once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to leave the comment in the comment section below. As we're coming up next with the Junior One Lap Slalom 8 to 13 ski lights, wrapping up the day. And it will be the last competition of the day before we wrap up the second day of our tournament, WGP World Jet World Cup and WGP 1 World Jet World Series 2022. Anyway, right now we're taking the break. Do not go anywhere too far. We'll come back very soon.
Relax. Recharge. Rejoice. Enjoy amazing Thailand like never before. Fly non-stop smoothly to Thailand.
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds. WGP 1 World Championship.
recharge. Rejoice. Enjoy amazing Thailand like never before. Fly non-stop smoothly to Thailand.
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds. WGP1 World Championship.
ความสัมพันธ์ออนไลน์ยังไงถึงจะเวิร์ก
พี่เจมส์หนูคบกับเขาดีไหม
ว่ามา
หนูเจอเขาในเว็บ
ตัวจริงเป็นไง
ไม่เคยเจอ
อ้าว
แล้วมีวันหนึ่งนะ
ว่า
รถชน เขาส่งคนมาเลย ดูแลจนถึงอู่แถมซ่อมให้จนกว่าจะพอใจด้วย
ดีขนาดนี้แล้วลังเลอะไร
นั่นดิพี่ Direct Asia สวัสดีค่ะ
ความสัมพันธ์ถ้าจะให้ดีต้องดูแลตั้งแต่ต้นจนจบเหมือนประกันรถยนต์ออนไลน์
Direct Asia
Relax. Recharge. Rejoice. Enjoy amazing Thailand like never before. Fly non-stop smoothly to Thailand.
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds. WGP1 World Championship.
สัมผัสที่สุดแห่งความเร้าใจปลดปล่อยจิตวิญญาณแห่งจียอในตัวคุณ New Fortuner GR Raise your pride ambition
ความสัมพันธ์ออนไลน์ยังไงถึงจะเวิร์ก
พี่เจมส์หนูคบกับเขาดีไหม
ว่ามา
หนูเจอเขาในเว็บ
ตัวจริงเป็นไง
ไม่เคยเจอ
อ้าว
แล้วมีวันหนึ่งนะ
ว่า
รถชน เขาส่งคนมาเลย ดูแลจนถึงอู่แถมซ่อมให้จนกว่าจะพอใจด้วย
ดีขนาดนี้แล้วลังเลอะไร
นั่นดิพี่ Direct Asia สวัสดีค่ะ
ความสัมพันธ์ถ้าจะให้ดีต้องดูแลตั้งแต่ต้นจนจบเหมือนประกันรถยนต์ออนไลน์
Direct Asia
Welcome back to WGP 1 World Jet World Cup and WGP 1 World Jet World Series 2022. You're still with me, CK, and the remarkable commentator, Don Dawson. After the awards ceremony right now, we will proceed to the last race of the day, which is again will be the race of the second run to qualify the top 5 of the Junior 1 Lap Slalom 8 to 13 Ski Light before the final, which will be raced on Saturday afternoon. So right now, let's get back to Dawn.
Thank you, CK. And once again, what we'll do on this is we're going to show the riders the actual course that they're going to be navigating. You know, part of this is the training process. So while they're competing, it is important for these junior riders to learn pretty early on how critical it is to be able to go through these laps and focus on memorizing the course. So right now they're just trying to attach that muscle memory to a map in their head so that when they get back out there on their own, they don't have to worry about trying to follow the course marshal. They'll be able to see that course basically mapped up in their head. So that's what we're doing right now. It's just going through what you could call it practice, but basically it's memorizing their one course. So they will be doing one lap, and they will be out on the course by themselves. And they will be timing each one of those laps for each of the riders. And then the top 5 or fastest times will then be going to the final event. And that is going to be a big deal because they're going to be doing it on Saturday with the pros. So that is a pretty enviable position for any rider. And I can only imagine even more exciting for riders that are 8 to 13 years old. And that's what we've got. Now, mind you, we would normally not do divisions like this. If you're racing in closed course, the junior divisions are 10 to 12 years old or 13 to 15 years old. But because we have 8 to 13, we're actually just going to do one rider at a time and do it under a lap time or a counter. So those, again, top 5 fastest times will be going to the main dance on Saturday. And that's what you're watching right now as they show them the course. I do think they're probably feeling a lot more comfortable just knowing that they have a bit smoother riding conditions. Definitely the waves have calmed down quite a bit. Peter Stordahl, hi bud, how are you doing, sir? Everybody has to follow behind the course marshal. Not going to be much of a problem for the juniors, but as we get further along, that's one of the kind of the common things that the riders have to learn in practice is, number one, this is truly not about a speed test. The idea here is that they want to learn the track. They want these riders to get an opportunity to learn this track. And we are getting ready for these riders as they go one at a time. And I'll get you that order. All right, the rider that's going to be up first is going to be boat number 818, and that is Paradakorn Dam Su Wow from Thailand, and he's sponsored by Yamaha Aerojet Bangkok. So we'll be going from the slowest to the fastest on the qualifying times, and again, your top 5 will be transferring to the main event, and off we go. He had 11 points total coming into this with a time of a 3:27.44. Oh, I see. They did it from time, and then they ranked them based on the time. Well, we're learning along with the teams on how we're ranking the riders. So right now we're watching boat number 818, Paradakorn, sponsored by Aerojet Bangkok. Little rocket ship. I noticed on the live stream, one of the comments was, here come the baby rockets, and I think that is really appropriate. These guys, while they may be vertically challenged, most certainly are not challenged as far as talent and skill. They're pretty darn amazing, and you can certainly see it just watching them. Now, on this first run, I had a bit of a challenge with the course, but you can see that the waves have dropped back a little bit, and that's giving these guys an opportunity to click through a little bit faster. Should expect some faster times on the second round. Not just that, but they've also had an opportunity to shake off some of the nerves, which is also pretty common on learning the course and getting new riders out here. That's part of it, is being able to deal with the nerves and being able to deal with the different conditions that are being thrown at them. And he's doing really, really good too. I like the fact that he's keeping that upper body pretty loose. That's actually going to help him translate a relaxed riding style into a smoother ride for the boat. And you can see as Paradakorn comes through here, he's actually keeping the nose of that boat pretty darn steady. One of the ways that you can see these riders advance is watch the nose of the boat. The more that the boat is popping up, it's also an indication that the riders aren't able to maintain as much contact to the water. And you can normally see that we call it chiming, the boat's chiming. But as they come through, you'll see those boats staying really like they're just sucked up to the water. And he's got a little bit of chop as he comes back, but that's expected because these waves are moving their way into the shore. He's got a nice run coming here. And definitely got a better time, 2.24 from a 3.27, and it just takes that quick turn. And one more turn, and then he's going to hit the little front stretch area. And again, this is a modified track for our slalom riders. Oh, he's got another. Okay, I lied. One more turn and then the front stretch. See, it's easy to get confused on these courses. All right, here he comes. Takes that final turn, comes to the front stretch. Beautiful racing style. Very impressed with that. And definitely a faster time. So it's a 3.05. So you always like seeing that. You know, if he lifted that handle pole, I'm not sure who would be taller, him or the handle pole. Up next is Pitch. Oh, good. All right, boat number 104, Petch Chumchard from Thailand. Sponsored by 244 Racing Schools. His first time was a 2.5984. All right, and Pet Shampoo is a young lady out here racing this afternoon. Her first time again was a 2.5984, and man, she's on the gas. She had a nice turn there on the double right-hand turn. You'll notice that she maintained the gas all the way through that. That was a really smooth turn. That's another thing that you learn out on the track fairly early is how to manage throttle control. One of the things that you'll see with riders when they're first learning is they tend to chop the throttle too hard. When you do that, you lose control of the boat. So if you can imagine, when the boat is under throttle, it's actually easier to steer the boat through these turns. But when you just chop the throttle like that, now she has not done it, but if you chop the throttle pretty hard, you lose control of the boat, and then when you hit the throttle again, it has a tendency to launch the boat out of the water. But she's maintaining very nice throttle control, keeping that boat steady, keeping the nose of that boat staying down, not chiming out of the water very much, a little bit through here, but still a very decent run for Feed2. Excuse me. Okay, I'm learning. I'm still learning. Got a 1:21 on the clock. Oh, that actually means pink diamond. Thank you. That's gorgeous. So Petch cruising through very nicely here. I like the setup on that turn as well. She skimmed right through on that left bond rail. You could see that the wave grabbed it just a little bit, but she managed to maintain control quite nicely on that. Yeah, she's looking really good. A little tiny mistake there, nothing to get too excited about. She's in some pretty big water on the back. Nothing like what they were dealing with earlier. She's looking good. And we got riders from 8 to 13. And team going crazy for her. She's got a good run happening here. 2.24 as she navigates this series. Now, this portion of the course is indicative of a slalom course, and I love that they put that in. Slalom courses do a couple of things for these riders. They teach them how to handle really tight turns. Oh, and that is very reminiscent of a front stretch run as she came off of that. A beautiful time. 2:4.552. She did great. She did really great. All right. Up next is going to be 639. That it's Milo Biernat, the young rider from Belgium. Rides for SP Motorsport. Had a good time, too, a 2:44.57. All right, so Milo, man, he wasted no time hitting the gas. Milo Biernat, by the way, Anthony Biernat's son. That was a quick little turn. He almost shocked himself there. You can tell he's like, wow, I came into that a little bit too fast. Made a nice adjustment, backed off of the throttle. So instead of panicking, I really am impressed how Milo handled that. He just backed off a little bit, got control, maintained control once again of the boat, then took off again. Well done. And a way to handle that high-speed left-hand turn. He's got a good little racer stance happening. He's keeping the handle pole flat on the hood. You can see that little pad right on the back where the chin pad is. There's also a pad that actually keeps the handle pole from just banging on top of the hood and scratching the hood. It also keeps, when it's all the way down, it just keeps a little elevation. That makes it easier for Milo to maintain control of that handle pole without pushing it all the way down. Nice little modification, and it's allowed. It's a pretty little turn he's got setting up here. This is that triple red that the other riders were taking as they come to the back stretch. And he handled that as well as we've seen a lot of the novice riders this weekend. Ooh, good correction. He almost got himself in a little trouble, but I loved how he maneuvered his way through it. Actually, when he took that turn, he was just coming in at a bit of an angle on the wave. So he made a correction pretty quickly before the wave grabbed the bond rail on the right-hand side. That would have been a potential rollover had Milo not made it that correction. So he did a great job on that. These little guys are definitely going to be a big threat as they grow older and work their way through the novice classes. Whee! He blew that one a little bit wide, but that's okay. Again, that's part of the learning process. This area of the track's pretty technical. This is what would be a slalom section, as I talked about, and that slalom section really teaches them a lot. Now watch, because they have to make adjustments. They have to switch legs, switch their body weight. They also have to make sure that the boat stays hooked up. There's a lot happening in that series. Beautiful front stretch. I couldn't have picked a better way to run through that. That was really pretty, and it looks like he did beat his other time, Milo, with a 2:35.49. His prior time was a 2:54.57. That was awesome. Good job for Milo. Okay, up next, boat number 422. That's In Touch Long Yi Nam. I'm just going to check, make sure that wetsuit. Actually, I don't think that is In Touch. Best time In Touch with a 2:17. So maybe that is him, and he just changed wetsuits. So In Touch Long Yin Yam. It's Tanakorn. All right, so both of them are on the same boat. All right, I was checking because that wetsuit is different than In Touch's. So sure enough, it's Tanakorn Sumchip. He's sponsored by Mountain Jet Racing Team, and actually we had called him wrong earlier this morning, so I wanted to make sure we got it right this time. His prior time was a 2:41.35. See if he's able to beat that time. Best time so far today on the afternoon run is Milo Biernot with a 2:35.49. Ooh, found a little bit of a hole back there, but he snuck through it pretty easily. I've seen expert riders get caught in those kind of holes. They're deceptive and they're hard to see, some of them, particularly when you're coming back into shore, when you're popping the backside of these waves, and he's just cruising through it like it's no big deal. Again, only 5 will move their way through. Ooh, he handled that really well, too. That was a very technical turn. Had a pretty big wave going through, and I wondered about that. We saw how he was taking it right on the edge, pushing through these waves on that off-camber. They're coming in at an angle. But you know what? He really saved that beautifully. Great, great job from Tanakorn Sumchip, riding for Mountain Jet Racing Team. Tanakorn Sumchip. And again, he had a 2:41. Wow. He still beat that time despite the fact that he went down 2:27.57. Great run. 2:27.57. Really got to hand it to him, going through there and skimming the water like that and still having such a good time. All right, our second 422. Yes. In Touch Long Yin Yang. Yeah, in his wetsuit. He's got a gray wetsuit. Barely even fits that thing. He's so tiny. Mighty Mini Missile. You're watching In Touch, Long Yin Yam, who had the fastest time in the first round. Okay, so we are going to do the gentlemen first, followed by the ladies. Good start for In Touch. Vroom, vroom. Now that was an expert move right there. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he stayed very relaxed in his upper body despite the fact that that boat actually popped up pretty hard. He just let the boat do what it was going to do and didn't get too fired up about it. That was beautiful. You can see he's used to riding in bigger waves because he's not reacting to them or staying stiff. It's really, really, really loose and relaxed. Wow, that also is a pro move, being able to drop down in the side of the tray like that. Lean your body weight all the way over. That takes skill. Beautiful, beautiful run by Long Yin Yam. This is In Touch, Long Yin Yam, who had a 2:17.74 fastest time earlier this afternoon in the first slalom run. And this little guy has big talent. Watch how he handles this sweeper turn. Not only is this a tough turn because it's 3 different angles against the waves, but then when you come back on it, it's one of the more technical sections because you're taking another 2 separate angles before you even get to the next buoy. Yeehaw. All right, nice correction for In Touch. So I have to just comment on that too. Popped down in the tray to recover from the wave pushing him. So that's kind of one of those opportunities where the wave can really roll you if you're not paying attention, and he just wasn't going to have none of that. So he just let that boat push through it, trusted his boat, trusted working the throttle, all of those elements coming into play. His throttle control, by the way, is excellent. Way he's handling the speed. Also a pro move. Do you see how he just ducked the nose of that boat underneath that buoy? That's a great way to play defense. Clearly, Mom and Dad pretty happy with this. That is a beautiful setup. Yeah, one of the prettier runs. And he actually beat his earlier time as well, a 2:10.68. Yeah, better than his first one. Yeah, that was awesome. Could see the other riders on the team really giving him kudos. He rides for HeroJet, Yamaha HeroJet in Bangkok. All right, this is going to be Lynn Francois Kuriashi from Belgium. Now she had a 4:11.74 on the first one, but she got a little lost on the track. But it was a nice recovery. And this little girl, she's one of the smallest riders out there. In fact, I think she might be the 8-year-olds. I'm not sure. I'll get confirmation from Yuki, but she's Yuki and Benji's daughter, and just an absolute sweetheart. She grew up around jet ski racing, as I'm sure the other kids did as well. She is going to be a pocket full of trouble, though, once she gets older, because she is fiercely competitive in a good way. So not fiercely competitive like me, but she's very good about tackling challenges in strategy. We saw that pretty early with her. And I just love her attitude. She's got a great attitude. She really loves being on a jet ski, and she loves hanging out with her family, so it's kind of fun to see her, and I can't wait to see the development, but she's going to be fierce on the track once she gets more confident. Nice turn here. Yeah, she is definitely the smallest. So you can see Benji watching to make sure that she doesn't go off a track. I think she might have, but, you know, it's all good if she didn't. Hey, there you go. That was nice. Actually, she hasn't. I don't think she has gone off course yet. She's heading now to the Triple Reds, so she's still on course. Yeah, she's also going to be one, I suspect, that she's going to be pretty to watch. And what I mean by that is some racers ride physically and some racers dance. So they're not strong, right? They're not muscular enough to manhandle these boats. So they've got to finesse the boat. The way you're going to do that is really understand where your body is at all times and understand how to use the water and the mechanics of the boat to your favor without having to muscle it. Just like your mommy's exactly right. Hey, Blake, it's great to have you here.
Right here on Job Meet.
Every little mini rocket is going faster so far.
This is the best ski competition in the world.
So far, every one of the riders has been beating their other time, and it certainly looks like she's on course to do the same. Oh, this is pretty. Again, Lynn Francoise, our first time to get a chance to watch her on the water, and there's been tons of speculation over the years with a lot of these kids to see if they'll take to racing like their parents or if they're just out here to enjoy being with the family. And really, the great news is there's no wrong answer there. Like, if they don't necessarily want to compete, it's totally okay. We still have one of those very rare sports where the family is more together, right? It's not competitive in the way that, like some of the bigger money sports. So it's not competitive in a bad way. And I think that's what, to me, keeps the magic of jet ski racing alive. Look at her leaning right over the front of the handlebar. She's getting jiggy right now. She's like, I got this. And sure enough, she beat her time too, 4.077. All right, Yansa Shoy King is up next. I believe this was the young lady that her nickname was Mai. Yeah, is that right? Okay, cool. Nickname is Mai. All right, so Mai is taking off. Now, her time was a 4:02.80 previously. Let's see if she's able to beat that time on this run. Mai's got a great start. I think Mai has got an awful lot of potential. I talked about this before. This boat is going to be one of the boats. It's just a little bit harder to hold this boat in the water, and she's doing a great job with that. So I would say on the setup on that boat, and I'm sure her team is working on that, where you actually push the nose of this boat down a little bit more. She's actually fighting this boat to keep it in the water and keep it hooked up. But I think as she grows into this a little bit more, they'll change the setting. Also, I've noticed she's got a stock handle pole. Those things are massively heavy. Putting an aftermarket handle pole, if she gets really interested into racing, is probably going to be a perfect bet for her. Or at least it looks stock from here. It might not be, but it looks stock and it looks a bit heavy, so might want to lighten that. She's a great little rider, though. I'm quite impressed with her. She's kind of running more with a surf style stance, instead of really pushing her lead leg out. So if you're coming into the left-hand turn, she'd have her left leg forward a little bit more normally, but she's riding in surf. So I like the fact that she's got both of her legs back a little bit, and her weight is a little bit further back, but the boat is probably wanting her to be a little bit more forward. she'll learn all of that as she's just on the boat more. I think she's going to enjoy it. Here's what I like about her, though. She's physical. She's going to be a physical rider. And when you have physical riders that are ladies, they can be super fun to watch. One of the reasons they could be fun is while you have someone that's really good at finessing, when you have a physical rider dance next to a rider that finesses, I don't know why, but it just adds a ton of energy to the race, right? So you're seeing the one that are fiercely competitive, they're really pushing the boat, they're leaning forward, and then you have the finesse or kind of the dancer rider. It just, I don't know why, but it makes it more energy and more fun. Anyway, my 2 cents on it. You guys feel free to give me your thoughts, but I think this young lady's got a great future. Her name is Mai. Got a good time right now, 2.28. Again, her time prior was a 4:02. Oh, I like how she handled that turn. Leaned into it, dropped her shoulder a little bit. Let's see if she does it here as well, and she does. See, now that's what I like about her. She's actually really following and tracking the buoy as well. See how she just looked up to see where that next buoy was? That's a pro move right there. She's actually pre-planning strategy. Boom, baby. And she hits that front stretch, and she's got a good time. She is going to beat her time by quite a bit. Beautiful run for Mai. 3:06.75. Yeah, almost a minute difference. You go, girl. I have a feeling this is going to be another racer to watch. Yep, really well done. Yeah, that is. It looks like a stock handle pole. All you got to do is change that out. Stock handle poles are really heavy, so it wears you out pretty fast just lifting and dropping those things. And you saw a lot of the other riders have those aftermarket lightweight handle poles. It means that, like, literally you could just let go of it, and it depends on how you want the setup. But you can just let go of it, and some of them will just stay where they are. They're that light, and depending on how you have the spring, the handle pull spring. Yeah, she did a good job. Congratulations again to Mai Yanisa. Again, that was Yanisa Choking, a.k.a. Mai. Yeah, okay, so that's going to be our final then. That is it for the slalom competition. We'll get you those top 5, but thus far it looks like for sure In Touch Longi Nyam is going to be one of your finalists. Yes, congratulations with the fastest time for boat number 422. All right, you guys. Hey, listen, man, I thank you so much for joining us. Please don't go very far. We're going to be right back in about, 12 or so hours coming out with you again. We have 3 more days of crazy, fun, exhilarating race action. I'm going to take it down to the beach with CK or wrap it up for us.
We'll see you tomorrow with more competition right here. Don't forget, we'll see you at 8 p.m. with more competition.
And this wraps up day 2 of the WGP One World Jet World Cup and WGP One World Jet World Series 2022 in Pattaya, Thailand, with junior 1-lap slalom 8-13 ski lights second run as a qualification to top 5. The official results will be announced soon before the final race on Saturday afternoon. We'll tune in exclusively only at the Ski World Series Facebook page for latest updates and races. As today's races came to an end, it's now time to bid farewell. We're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow starting from 8 a.m. onwards with Moto 1 of Pro-Am class. Don't miss out. But for today, thank you so much for tuning in. Don and I are saying goodbye for now. Sawasdee krab.
Relax. Recharge. Rejoice. Enjoy amazing Thailand like never before. Fly non-stop smoothly to Thailand.
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds. WGP1 World Championship